Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the most, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, everyone knows the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with singers, actors, directors, entertainers, you name it. They all come down here and they all have a great time. I am always excited to be introducing my next guest. My next guest is a writer, director, whose award-winning work explores themes of adoption, disability, and family. I am super excited for her to explain her work and for her to get to know my audience, and my audience to get to know her as well. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Liz Sargent. Hi, Liz.
Hello, hi.
How are
Thanks for
you?
having me. I am good. I'm just running around like crazy. I'm about to go off to Santa Barbara. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, and then I'm in LA for like 6 weeks and go straight to South by Southwest. So I'm like, I don't know how to pack for all of that.
I mean, who would honestly? Who would?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so excited to be having you on the show here. I know you're busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire the first question at you, Liz. What began your passion for directing?
Oh gosh. You know what? I am the middle child of 11 kids. My
Whoa.
par- yeah, my parents had four kids, four biological kids. They're white Midwesterners, and then they adopted seven, and six of them are Korean. But I'm the middle child of all of them, and I think that I grew up like playing pretend and like raising my younger siblings and bossing them around and I think that was the beginning of my directing career.
That is
You know,
amazing.
yeah, I had my own little team of like people who did whatever I wanted. So, yeah, it was awesome.
That's great. I actually love hearing different perspectives because I'm the youngest. I am the baby.
Mm.
So that's yes, I am the baby of the family. So it's of course for a lot
How
of kids.
many?
Well, technically, well, it's just okay. So technically,
Yeah.
if I want to be
Families are complicated
technical,
nowadays.
yeah. So I have So I technically have about I want to say maybe 6 or 7 siblings
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not I know of, but I'm not actually know of. But I only grew up with one sibling, which was my older brother. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I am the baby of still of the
Yeah.
whole family. So,
That's
but
good. It feels like you have like community and you know how to
mhm,
share, but you didn't have to share with a
exactly,
ton of people. Just like one. You only had to negotiate
absolutely.
with one person. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how. Look, hats off to you, loving siblings. I'd be exhausted. I'd be so exhausted.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a lot
goodness.
just to get out the house, you
Oh
know?
my goodness. I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Going on to the next question. As a director, what type of stories are you interested in bringing to the forefront?
Hmm. Well, right now I'm sort of just starting with what I know. And I have a lot of experiences at my hand. Um, having 10 brothers and sisters who are all very, very different people. I have a brother who's a minister and a teacher. I have a sister who has borderline personality. And the short film that just went to Sundance, is about my youngest sister who has an intellectual disability. So I'm sort of like pulling stories from the lives that I know and from my own life, being adopted from Korea, finding my biological parents at an adult age, and sort of wondering about like that cultural divide and,
Hmm.
nature and nurture. So that's sort of where I'm starting to pull from. But when I think about it, like I hope that I can be a broader artist, broader filmmaker, and I just want to make stories that move people emotionally, and that could be a
Yes.
rom-com, that can be in TV. But yeah, as a
Guys, love it.
writer director, it's what I know right now. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's good that, you do have a lot of work that's focused on, adoption, disabilities, especially, disabilities, people with disabilities, they don't get the stories told as they deserve. So
Hmm.
it's good that you
Yeah.
do have focus on that, because my uncle's in a wheelchair, so he definitely gets kind of frustrated when he doesn't see the right representation on the screen, which I can understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, going on to the next question, Liz. Name three people who influenced your career and why.
Hmm. Like when I think about that question, it's all personal. I guess I just work from like a personal base. But it's not necessarily just like from movies I've seen or celebrities or filmmakers. My background's in dance and like experimental theater. Um, so I've been doing film, and
Mhm,
learned through my husband, who was sort of a born and raised filmmaker.
mhm,
So he's the biggest influence because, I learned because he trusted me to start doing like art direction and production management and producing. And so being like so closely tied to him and being able to like touch all parts of film
mhm.
um, has been the most informative thing and the most like educational uh, thing for my filmmaking. And then, I think my parents influenced me a lot. I know everybody says that, but they're like overachievers. They had 11 kids. So, you
Yeah.
know.
No, you're so right. You have a living. They are overachievers. Woo!
They're professional overachievers, professional parents, and they always push me and all of us to do what we loved. And they love the arts, and have always been, huge supporters of us just like taking risks in our life.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that influenced me a lot. And then who else? I mean, yeah. We'll
Emily
stop
said that.
there. Is two
Who
enough?
else? That's a beautiful list, though. I mean, of course, parents. Shout out to the parents because parents are always our biggest supporters, always the biggest, our rocks, our foundation, and everything. So, shout out to them. And I'm glad that who doesn't love a duo in filmmaking. I think that's great that your husband is able to share that experience with you as well. I think that's
Yeah,
amazing. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
this is what the power of arts can do. This is why I love the arts. You can connect people from anywhere and anything, and just yeah, this is why I love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I could.
I guess I can answer professionally,
Mhm, mhm.
more specifically professionally in, my career that sort of started late. Um, I think recently working with I received a grant that was a Julia Gao grant. It's um,
Oh,
a short film grant that was with Cape and Janet Yang Productions. And it sort of included fellowship and a mentorship. And I think working with those women and seeing how fast and smart they are, and being connected to the industry and seeing what like just like fun, uh, joyful, original people they are, really like empowered me to feel like I could belong in the industry as I am, you know?
mhm.
And they've helped me the most in my career. I feel like just sort of their effortless way of connecting people and um, leading by example has been a huge influence on me and super empowering, I think, because I always used to feel like I sort of had to act a certain way or,
Mhm.
dress a certain way or be a certain type of person in order to move forward in this industry. And I feel like I'm becoming more confident in just being, the messy weirdo that I am and knowing that that
Yes,
can,
embrace it. Love it.
yeah, and that's like that is what's needed in the industry, like
Yes.
beyond just like whatever representation means, but also messy weirdos is representation too.
Yes. Can I get a shout out? I'm also one, so can we get a shout out to Messy Weirdos? So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
here. We've been out here for a while, so I feel like it's time for us to get our props. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We've
Yeah,
been here
yeah.
for a while. I love that because I definitely get what you say. I'm messy too, and it's just I just turned 30 and I'm still figuring out life out. So it's just I get
Oh,
it.
you're a baby.
That's what
You're a
everyone tells me
baby.
still. So
Yeah.
that's what everyone tells me still. So
Yeah, you're fine. You're doing great things for
oh,
sure
thank
at
you,
30.
thank
Yeah.
you. Going on to the next question. Can you tell the JLab audience about your short film, Take Me Home, and what inspired the film? Also, it also had its premiere at Sundance. Can you also tell us that experience as well?
Mm. Um, I'll start with Sundance. Sundance, we got all this advice just about being warm and bringing an extra pair of socks and and they're
I
like,
love that.
you don't want to get frostbite on your first day there. And that was like a big thing. It just felt like it was like about warmth and also about FOMO. That was the best note I got. Is people would say, so much is happening. Um, don't go chasing the parties. Don't go chasing, um, what you think is opportunity. They're like, where you are is where the party is.
Hmm.
Um, and that felt like the most helpful advice because it's true. There's just like magic there. And the best encounters I had were waiting in line. I just turned and looked over and, we were freezing for like a half an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that Misty Copeland? You know,
Whoa.
yeah. And she's just chilling in line, uh, you know, talking about dance, and I got to talk to her for like 15 minutes about a production company she's putting together and about dance films, and that was awesome. And I probably wouldn't have run into her if I wasn't just like there doing the panels, watching the films.
Oh my
So
gosh, you're so right. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That
so
is
it
so
was awesome.
true.
It was magic. Yeah. And the film, I guess I should have gone backwards, but or started with this. But the film is a short film. It's a personal film. It's fictional. People feel like it sort of bleeds the line of documentary and narrative. It's a fictional film about a 33-year-old woman with a cognitive disability, whose mother dies without leaving a future plan for her, and then her sister has to come back and sort of manage the transition. And I feel like it's a narrative that's a story that's been told before, but this is really told from the disabled woman's point of view.
Hmm.
And that's what I think is really powerful and interesting about it. It's about her burden and the impact on her, and not just making it a burden on the able-bodied sister. And it stars my sister, who the story is based on. And she was, yeah, she was amazing in it. And I cast her because I just think that the story is told in the quiet moments in the film, in her reactions and in her body and in her gestures, that I don't think that you can sort of recreate
Right. Mhm.
necessarily without
Absolutely.
imitating. Yeah. But Anna was born at 2 pounds. Uh, they didn't do anything for her because they didn't think she would survive. And then she developed a cyst on her frontal lobe. And so her brain didn't develop perfectly. And so she has little short-term memory. So part of the challenge was how we get an authentic performance from her and how we hit the beats of the film uh, without micromanaging her and controlling her. Um, and uh, I think that's the beauty of the film too. It's like very organically made, because we just really had to go with um, how with the environment, you
Hmm.
know, um, create an environment that was going to let her do her best work.
Right. Oh wow, I did not know you actually cast your sister. That's amazing. That is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. And you're right. It is in the quiet moments, in films that really I think capture people the most. It's not always necessarily the conversations. It's just that one movement, that one look, that, it just,
Yeah, it's
it's
the
that.
reaction that says
Mhm.
like what they're feeling, and that like grounds it and changes the the whole narrative, is
Absolutely.
that look, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely understand. So that's
Yeah.
powerful. That is powerful. And I'm really glad that it had a premiere at Sundance. We were able to see Misty Copeland. I mean, what a treat was that? And you're right. It wouldn't have happened if you were at a party or something. So yeah, that's wow. That's cool. That is something definitely to brag about for sure. Uh, Going on to the next question, Liz, I want to make sure my audience follows you and your work. Where are you on social media?
Ah, I am on Instagram at Lizzie Sarge. Um, and where else? My website is sargentliz.com. And I work with my husband. We have a small production company in New York called Cyprian Films New York.com. Uh, yeah, and that's where it is.
Simple. I love it. I love it. Hey, it's to the point, straight and to the point. I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you follow Liz Sargent on all social media and check out more of Liz's work because we definitely want to see more of it. All right. Going on to the next question. What future projects are you involved with that you can just give a little dish about to the J Lounge audience?
Hmm. Well, the short film is being developed into a feature. So I'm currently in the process
Ooh,
of that. Yeah.
big.
Um, yeah, we follow them into New York, into their independence, and sort of figuring out how to like for how both of them are going to live independent lives together. Um, so I also have this adoptee horror film I'm working on. And but recently, I'm about to go back to LA to do second TV shadow with the Ryan Murphy Half Initiative. So I'm really excited
Ooh.
to, yeah, go on to the set of 911 for their season finale, and shadow Brad Beaker, who's the producing director, and just sort of like keep on exercising that muscle of like how um, the episodic world functions, and
That is
like
a cool
see
though.
some awesome actors work, like see Angela Bassett on set is going to be pretty cool.
Oh
um
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's hope she gets that Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm either her or Michelle Yao. That's who I'm voting for. So yeah, that's who I'm voting for.
Mhm.
So
Oh
let's hope.
gosh, it's a
Oh
hard
yeah.
year.
I'm glad Michelle Yeoh is finally getting her recognition. Lady's been putting in
Yeah.
work for years, and it's about damn time. About damn time. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm
Yeah, it's a
excited.
hard year though,
It
man.
is.
Oh,
It is. It's a very hard list. It's one of the toughest lists probably in recent, Oscar history. But oh, oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I don't like to
It's
be like this American, like pat everyone on the back, but like, come on, these two women, these
yeah.
all of these women are
Yeah.
have done like their best work.
It's
Yeah,
like, how can we choose just one? I mean, come on. Like, honestly, can we? It's so hard to choose just one. That's just my person. That's just my
yeah, it's
perspective.
gonna hurt either way, and we're
Yeah,
gonna celebrate either way. So
exactly. I
yeah.
agree to that. All right, just got a couple more questions for you, Liz. Going on to the next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your directing career?
Mm. Um, I don't know. I want to sort of do everything. I know you're not allowed to answer that or say it like that. You got to be super focused. But I want to do everything. I want to do the big stuff. I want to be like Chloe Zhao, who, did No Man Land and The Writer and then did The
Yeah.
Eternals. Like, I think that's where we're moving in like opportunity, is that we
Yes.
can go across boundaries.
Finally,
Like,
you know?
yeah, I feel like, filmmakers are creatives and they want to be challenged and they want to do new things. And so it's hard for me to just say like one specific goal. Like, I want to do it all. Like
No, I
it's
get it.
a
Hey, there is nothing wrong with wanting to do it all. Like honestly, it's, the filmmaking world is definitely opening up more opportunities for stories to be told. As you just said, obviously there's a hunger for it. Audiences showing, that absolutely. So yeah, I can completely understand it. And you're definitely on the way. I can definitely see you being next with Chloe Zhao. So let's speak into existence. So
yeah. I
it's
mean, it's like people
yeah.
need to give filmmakers opportunities to do make big jumps like that.
Yes.
Um, because what's amazing is she or other artists are going to look at that genre, that kind of film with a totally new eye,
Yep.
and that's the beauty. That's how we're going to make new, interesting films.
Well,
Um,
absolutely. I mean, filmmaking, shouldn't it evolve? Shouldn't more directors be able to take, these reins and stuff like that? I mean, I would love to see, and I think we have someone that's filming the next Star Wars. I do believe it's a female director. I do believe. I could be
mm,
wrong.
I'm not so in the I don't know everything about the industry, but I'd
Oh,
say like,
okay. So okay.
when
It's
I look at the
okay.
Oscars, I'm like so excited by what is being recognized, like
Mm-hmm.
films like Tar or Everything Everywhere All at
Oh
Once
yeah,
or like After Sun or The Banshees. It's just like those are such weird original films.
it
Um
is.
yeah, that leaves so many like open questions and ideas, and it makes me feel like artists or audiences are getting smart, like they want interesting content, they want to be
Yes,
challenged, and
they
I think
do.
studios are going to figure that out and allow more risk taking, I hope.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I completely understand. I really love Tar and everything all everywhere all at once, and especially Nope. I'm not sure if you were able to see Nope. That was a good one. I was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
disappointed
yeah,
that it
yeah.
didn't get, award recognition, but Jordan Peele has definitely got an eye, and I think more films like that will definitely start taking more of the forefront in the award season. It's definitely opened up conversations, so it's so let's hope it
Yeah,
stay.
yeah, yeah.
All right, I just got a couple more questions there for you, Liz. Going on to the next one, what's been some of the most rewarding moments in your career?
Mm. Um, you know, I mean, Sundance obviously has been a
Obviously.
huge, yeah, and I just felt the shift in my career sort of immediately, you know. Um, like a lot of the filmmakers have been making work for a very long time, but
Mhm.
just that stamp of approval um, changes the way the industry sees you. And I felt that too when I got the Julia Gao grant with Janet Yang, is that it was another time where after that, I was able to build a Kickstarter campaign and raise like $30,000 because people saw me differently and thought of me differently, and they stood behind me and backed me as an artist.
Mhm.
So those were like huge defining moments. I've been very lucky because I don't have um, the background or the income to just like put in a bunch of money to make short films and just practice. So I've been very lucky to have received grants so that I can have these opportunities. The first thing I ever did was apply for a script competition for the Ritz-Carlton in Hearst, and won that and
Ooh.
got to direct the short in like the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, and it was magical. um, but that's the only way I could be here making work right now is because um, someone took a risk on me with very little experience and gave me the right backing, um,
Yes.
and yeah, and that vote of confidence. So um, yeah, I've been very fortunate uh, to have met these people who see it.
Yes. Who
Yeah,
understand your vision, who want to support your vision and see more of it. That's, I think, it's is an award in itself. So
Yeah, and they don't want to like take advantage of it. They just want to
exactly.
like help preserve it. And that is really, really a blessing.
Yes, when they see it, yeah, and they absolutely understand it and they allow you to be in control of it, that's even better.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
even
yeah,
better. And of course, as you say, Sundance, that's always a highlight for any filmmaker is to be able to debut at Sundance. So that's always a treat. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, all right, Liz, going on to the last question. If you can collaborate with three actors on a short film, who would you pick and why?
Mm. Um, hmm. I guess I would say first Hong Chow, who did The Whale and
Oh
Downsizing. I
my
feel like,
goodness.
yeah,
She is just on fire.
oh my God, I just
Oh my God. She
believe
is
everything she says. I just feel like my heart is ripped open the minute she speaks. Like she can be telling a
exactly.
joke, she can be, brushing her hair, and I just like feel like she exudes the humanity of the world. She's just brilliant.
She's a scene
Um,
stealer.
yeah, I would just do a short and just like she would do nothing. I would just look at her, it'd just be a short of her being great,
I love that. I
So yeah.
so love that.
Yeah. And then I don't know, sort of I was thinking maybe someone like Seth Rogen. Is that crazy? Because
Ooh,
I
that's an
think
interesting
he's
choice. You got to explain further.
because it's not because one, I feel like it's he I think he's got a wide range actually. He's one of those
Mhm.
comedians like Adam Sandler who can go like dark and humorous and
Yeah.
also totally
Yeah.
absurd and ridiculous. And I feel like he would bring something new to whatever I was working on. Um, like he would bring a lightness to a drama.
Hmm.
Um, it would just challenge me as a director. Um, in a fun new way.
I get
And
it. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's what shorts are for too, to
Yeah.
exercise and play and he would just like be a great energy on set. So
Agreed.
um yeah, yeah. And three, who else? Um
Last choice. Last choice.
oh shit. Um I also sort of love Diane Wiest. I think she's
Ooh.
like, yeah, she's got such a like everything she does is just like uncomfortable in a great way. Like she's got like she can add a darkness to like the most loving scenes or like a bite to dialogue that's really just expands the character so much. So
Oh. Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
That.
What was that?
Hmm.
She was in what was it that movie? Um, I
Oh.
Care a Lot.
Ooh.
Have you seen it?
I
She's
actually
like,
have.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
sort of love her
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sort of love it. No, I don't blame you. Diane Weiss has been doing the damn thing for a very long time. Just one of those timeless actresses that just can do just about anything.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I
totally.
completely understand. And she can take any dialogue and she can make it very sharp, very clever, very witty, and just yeah, as you said, put a little bite to it. So
Yeah,
yeah, I completely understand. Yeah,
yeah. And actually,
absolutely.
the three of those answers, imagine them in a film together. What a like weird, complicated, amazing characters.
But it could work though. Like maybe them working in a hotel. It could definitely
Yeah,
work. Get it
yeah,
just get the right setting and the right story. It could definitely work. I can buy it.
yeah. It would be totally an original tone and world. Um, yeah, I love it. I'm gonna write it right now.
I'm gonna write it right now. And then I love it. I love it. Oh, Liz, you have been such a pleasure to be able to speak with you today. I am so happy you were able to give me your time. I'm really happy for my audience to be able to discover your work, and hopefully to be able to support your work because we definitely want to see more of it. So I definitely appreciate you being on here today.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And of course, I'm going to highly encourage my audience one more time. Make sure you follow Liz Sargent and on all social media platforms and make sure you check out and support more of her work, especially Take Me Home. Like I said, it has premiere at Sundance, so make sure you check that out as well. But of course, I do want to thank everyone for listening in today. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I will be back with another great episode of the J Lounge here soon. I want to thank my wonderful guest, Liz Sargent, one more time. And I hope
Yay.
everyone listening, no problem. I hope everyone listening has a wonderful day, and I'll be back soon. Till then, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Simone.